Welcome to Time of Death. This video is for informational purposes and in no way meant to glorify or condone violence. In today's video, we'll be discussing the murder of Joel Garcia. Garcia was shot and killed on Sunday, December 22, 2002, in the 1800 block of 110th Street in Watts, according to LA County coroner records. Derek Dwight Boyd and Sabino Bajador were subsequently arrested and charged with the murder. The following is the evidence at trial. On the evening of December 22, 2002, 4 members of the 10-line Gangster Crips were standing on 110th Street. One of the gang members, Sabino Flip Bajador, was armed with a pistol, which he brandished openly. Residents of the neighborhood who were outdoors at the time either went inside or hurried home. The victim turned onto 110th Street in his car and stopped to ask directions. At that point, the 4 gang members swarmed the vehicle. Bajador and 2 other gang members approached the vehicle from the driver's side, demanded money, and reached inside the victim's window. When the gang member on the opposite side of the vehicle attempted to open the passenger door, the victim pressed down on the accelerator. As the car moved forward, Bajador shot the victim and his vehicle crashed into a tree. As the 4 gang members fled the scene, one of the neighborhood residents who witnessed the shooting called 911 and later identified Bajador as the shooter. Defendant Boyd was arrested after the police first arrested and interviewed Bajador and another gang member. Defendant initially denied any involvement in the victim's death. After being advised by the police that they had an eyewitness and 2 other people in custody, however, defendant admitted during a recorded interview that he participated in the crime. He explained that on the day of the shooting, he was with Bajador and 2 others. They had a gun and they were looking to rob someone. After the victim stopped, asked him for directions, and made a U-turn, Defendant Boyd and the others decided to rob the victim. While the other 3 men confronted the victim from the driver's side of the vehicle and yelled at him not to move or they would kill him, Defendant Boyd approached the car from the passenger side. According to Defendant Boyd, something happened and the vehicle moved and Bajador shot the victim in the head. Defendant Boyd, Bajador, and another co-defendant were tried together. The jury found Bajador guilty and found true the robbery murder special circumstance allegation, along with gun and gang allegations. Bajador was sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. The jury was unable to reach a verdict on the charges against Defendant Boyd and the co-defendant. In the spring of 2004, Defendant Boyd was retried alone. Officer Scott Stevens, a gang enforcement officer assigned to the LAPD Southeast Division, testified as an expert on criminal street gangs. For almost 3 years, Officer Stevens had been assigned to monitor the 10-line Gangster Crips. He described for the jury the gang's history, size, and the primary criminal activities. In addition, Officer Stevens, who had dozens of contacts with Defendant Boyd, identified him as a member of the 10-line Gangster Crips and described him as a very active member of the gang who was known by the moniker Dirty D. Following the trial, the jury convicted Defendant Boyd of first-degree murder and found true the robbery murder special circumstance allegation, along with gun and gang enhancements. The court sentenced defendant to life without the possibility of parole plus 25 years. Years later, as a result of changes in the felony murder law, Defendant Boyd petitioned for resentencing. The court granted the petition, vacated the murder conviction, and substituted in place with a conviction for robbery. On that conviction, the court then resentenced defendant to 30 years to life. Joel Garcia was 20 years old at the time of death.